I have designed not exactly a combat, more of a skill challenge that I wanted to share with you guys. So in the city that my party is in, there is rock riding as a sport, essentially. Now, these are younger rocks, so they're not the gargantuan ones, they're younger ones. And these rocks are used for transportation around the city as well as for sport. And the party is going to be allowed to get involved in this sport. So I wanted to explain kind of the mechanics I chose for this particular run. So it is a race into a dogfight. So the race is to collect an item that helps you in the dogfight, but whoever wins the dogfight ultimately wins. So there's 2 people on each rock. You have the handler who drives the rock. They're primarily going to be doing animal handling checks, but they also need to be good at perception checks. And it doesn't hurt if they have good acrobatics or athletics as well. So it's asking quite a bit, which I like. And then we have the second person who is the diver. The diver needs to be fantastic at acrobatics and have a solid athletics as well. So we start off the race and they're basically going through a slot canyon. So these aren't just birds racing, they have to go through a slot canyon. And as such, they're, swerving left and right and they have to dodge a bunch of obstacles. So I let the party choose the speed. There is safe speed, in which case the perception check to go through this slot canyon accurately is going to be 10. Or they can go base speed, just standard speed, DC 15 for the perception check, or they can go through breakneck speed, DC 20 for the perception check. If they fail that perception check, there's going to be some sort of consequence, probably an injured bird that makes it so it can only go a certain speed, which is going to be a big effect once we get into the dogfight portion. So the party chooses, and say they chose breakneck speed, that means they're going to have a chance to do the dive before the other party. If they go medium speed, then they come out at the same time and it's contested to see who goes first, initiative check. And if they go slow, the enemy has a chance to do the dive before they get a chance. And what's this dive I'm talking about? There is an archway above these slot canyons, and at the top of this archway is a hole that a rock can't fit through, but a human can. And so the rock has to fly above this hole, and the diver has to dive off through the hole and grab the talons. These talons are the magic item that starts the dogfight. So once the talons are retrieved, it changes. It changes from this skill check to more of a combat. Now, there's a couple special rules for this combat. Number 1 is initiative works differently. We're going to roll initiative at the start of every turn after we state what we're going to do. So we don't know who goes first, and then we state what is going to happen, and what you said you were going to do might not be possible anymore, in which case you kind of just do as close of an approximation as if you attempted it. The second rule is if you fly over the driver with 5 feet, that's when you make your bird's athletics check against the driver's athletics check, although the bird has disadvantage because the handler is so small. But if the bird wins, they rip the handler off and they win. That is the goal of this, is you got to get the handler off the bird. And the divers can play a part in that. The divers can dive onto the other bird or do spells or whatever they want to help get the driver off. So that's what it comes down to. So we have this race that is very skill check based, into this crazy maneuver stunt moment, into a skill based combat that you're attempting to knock someone off the bird. There's different ways to knock them off the bird. You can collide birds, all sorts of things. So it should be fun. It's a scenario I have not personally run yet, but I am planning on running it at the soonest possible time. But I would like to hear what you guys think about the scenario. And since we have time, maybe you guys can let me know how to make it even cooler before I run it for my party. If so, let me know in the comments down below. But other than that, I just hope you have yourselves a lovely day, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.